All right, guys, we are on site at 104 Meldon, and what we're doing now is prepping for the foundation slab. Previously, we showed you guys the plumbing rough. This is the plumbing rough. We also put the electrical conduit in here for the island. Make sure you have that in here. But just to kind of recap, first they frame out the outside of the foundation. And then once that's done, then the plumber comes in here and does his rough. And then once that passes inspection, then we're able to go ahead and start prepping for the actual slab. Right here, the plan calls for gravel. So we brought in the gravel, and it has to be, I don't know what the thickness is off the top of my head, but the thickness of the gravel is gonna be on your plan, so refer to your plans. Once the gravel's down, then they're gonna put down a wire mesh and a vapor barrier. And then these are gonna be your footings. So all of your footings run the perimeter of the house, and on your plans, it'll dictate the depth of the footings and the size of the rebar and the spacing of the footings. So when your inspector comes out here, he's gonna look at your plans and he's gonna refer to your plans to see if your spacing and your depth of the footings is correct. He's also gonna take a piece of rebar and probe to make sure there are no soft spots inside of your footings. Once you pass that and get the green light, then you're able to pour. Let me just talk about a few other things on this site real quick. So when you're doing your foundation or any site, you have to pay attention to these power lines. You see we have power lines on the side street, and you have power lines, what's up, Jose? On the main street. So with that being said, we have to figure out what type of pump we're gonna get in here, because the concrete has to go through a pump. They're not gonna be able to back up the concrete pump. The concrete truck is not gonna be able to back from the street to the house. They definitely wouldn't be able to get to the back of the house, even if they were able to get to the front of the house. So you have to use either a boom pump or a line pump. We're gonna have to go with a line pump. And this is the reason why, because these power lines. That line pump has a super long arm, and there's no way we're gonna be able to get a line pump on this site. Slim chance to maybe get one right here, but it's just gonna be tough. So I'm gonna have a conversation with my foundation contractor here in a minute and discuss, but from me looking at it and just assessing the situation, we're probably gonna need a line pump. A line pump is a lot smaller truck, but then that line pump is like a 2-inch, 3-inch water hose. It's really long, like the truck will probably sit where the Bobcat's at. The line pump will probably sit right here. The concrete truck will be at the beginning. The concrete comes out of the concrete truck into the line pump, and they will hose the concrete on the site through these footings. So that's just something to pay attention to when you are doing your foundation. Right now he has that level, and what he's doing is just checking the grade, making sure the grade is the right grade, because all this has to be level when we pour concrete so that we get a nice even level foundation. So it's not much to these foundations. You know, it's really just having a good contractor and somebody that understands blueprints. On these plans, you're gonna have the layout, the measurements, the footings, the depth of the footings, the type of the rebar, and it's just getting the work done. I'm gonna try to turn my and see if I can share with you the foundation plan. So right here is the foundation plan. It shows that it's a 4-inch monolithic slab concrete. we gotta use a 6 mil vapor barrier. We got 4 inches of gravel base, and then it's 95% compacted fill. We need 4-inch rebar, 2x2, that goes into footings. And those are the details that are on this plan. Of course, these are the footings that go around the perimeter, and the rebar, that 4-inch rebar, will go around the perimeter. We also have a footing in the middle of the house. Sometimes, depending on your load, they'll have different footings. Sometimes you can see piers in there. So it's really just based on your engineering design as to how that's laid out. But this is what a foundation plan looks like. The house stops right here, and the patio is going to be 24 by about 13. So once they prep this, then they're going to prep for this patio area. And that'll lay out the patio in the back.